So I think this is our crowd. So welcome to the Fibre Hub. As most of you know, I'm Robert from Software Cornwall, if you can't tell by my shirt. I'm the kind of a host for today. I'm here assisting Hi9, who are presenting this AI day for mostly teaching. And the whole point of this is to make you realise the effects that this can have. I've tried to explain it to some of you previously. I've met quite a few teachers in the last few weeks. I've mentioned this to them. Some have heard it, a lot haven't. So we want you to realise that this is out there, this is happening now, people are using this now, and will make a huge difference. So basically, this is the Fibre Hub. This is a hub of technology, you might say, in Cornwall. We have a lot of tech companies here. It's where we're based. It's where I'm based, doing education outreach. So I can come into schools, as I mentioned to some of you already. I do workshops in classes. As mentioned, we might be doing an AI dance if we can ever get it together. We have done some AI work in schools already. I went to St Agnes School a couple of years ago, and we taught them how to create the images that Hi9 then used to activate a museum exhibit. So the students created motion, to which we recorded the motion with a camera, and then the camera system would recognise what the children were doing. It was a top-down based one, so they were going swimming like this, and then they were diving or doing different movements, and each movement registered a different thing. So we have already done this partially already. Hopefully we're going to do it some more, especially now this kind of thing has come out. So we're in the Fibre Hub building. There's going to be no fire alarms today. So if it does happen, please leave the building by the closest exit, which for us is right beside us here. Then you meet up in the car park at the far side of the Tesla power chargers. Toilets, if you need them, are out of this door here. Turn right through the doors towards the reception, and the ladies on the left, gentlemen's are on the right. And the cafe is there. If you want tea or coffee, please help yourself. Hi9 have a tab. They don't sell alcohol, so please don't try and think you can get away with it. So, as this is an AI event, Josh has made a great big effort to do a beautiful presentation, and I thought, as it's an AI event, let's do it slightly differently. This is an AI presenter. So this is Tome, T-O-M-E. You can actually plug in some basics of what you want your presentation to be about. It will then produce an AI presentation for you. So if this is going to... So I have played around with this a little bit, not a huge amount. It is AI, and you don't quite know what it's going to expect to do, but we have a game that we played recently at a Cornwall Geeks event, whereby you actually had to present or produce a presentation by the slides that were given to you on the screen without having seen what the slides were going to be about. This is going to be like that, except they're not going to be 100% random. They are going to be what I want. So hopefully this will work. So I've basically asked it to give me a brief outline of what it is I'm after. And then I'm asking for, oh, okay, something went wrong, please try again. Great. Please work. Please work. Otherwise I'm going to have to do what I present I've worked out earlier. Oh, typical. All right then, it's not going to work today. It's not going to work today. So I'm going to have to go back and do one that I did start yesterday, which was this one. So this is one I produced yesterday with the same prompt. Every time you do it, the prompt will be different, by the way. It will regenerate, do it slightly differently. Tome will produce all the slides. So I just gave it a brief rundown of what I wanted, and this is then what it's produced. So AI in curriculum development, AI in assessment, classroom management, professional development, and a conclusion. It's done the whole slide. I just gave it a short prompt. It has worked out all of this, including the images, which are all AI generated. So you don't have to worry about the copyright or anything else like these. These are original. These could be used. So the implications of AI in education is it's going to affect all of you in the way you work, the way your students work, and in how the parents interact with the students as well. I mean, I don't know if Woe's going to highlight this, but I consider, as a parent who's been through this, I get some homework sent home, and my son does not want to do it, but you have to get the results done. We'll say, okay, let's just go on to AI. Here's the question, there's the answer, just copy it out, fine, we're done, dusted, go back to school, right? And because this is copyright free and it's plagiarism free, Very hard to prove it wasn't written by the student, unless of course suddenly their grades just go suddenly like this, and you're getting answers you know the student can't do. It's where your professionalism as a teacher should come in hand. There's benefits enable to you to work in the way you can do your job better. Kaylee, who's my colleague, has just turned up to here. We were already using this in our marketing. Kaylee and Sarah, and well, actually Nikki as well. We're just giving it a prompt. It gives us an outline to which then we go, okay, we can tweak that a bit, but it saved us maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes already just by giving us an outline. You get writer's block. It will help you with the writer's block. And it will probably change teaching. This is what it has produced. I haven't edited this at all, by the way. I wanted a welcome at the beginning about, hi, welcome to the day. This is what we're going to be doing. I'm having to go with what this presentation is. That's quite cool. Quite like that one. You can help develop the curriculum. We are hearing about people already doing this. So we want to teach something about this. How are we going to do it? Well, let's just ask it and see what it comes up with. It can personalise learning. If you've got a piece of learning specific and you've got a student who needs it done a certain way, you ask the AI to do it a certain way and it will produce those results. So we had a question about could it produce a result for very small children. We tried it. We asked them, what is a volcano as a 6-year-old? And it said a volcano is a mountain with a hole in the top. That was the answer it gave us. So it's clever. It can tell the difference. Improving student engagement. Yes, you could actually use it. I think you're using this, trialing this already. You could actually ask the students to use it themselves. Create 2 Shakespearean proses and then compare and contrast those 2 in the classroom themselves. Handwritten, working as a team or something else like that. But they could use it to create it in the first place. Automated grading. I don't quite know how this one works, but I have heard that teachers are actually using it to automate grading. So I presume if you have typewritten homework that is sent in, you could pass it into the AI and the AI will mark it for you. Now, of course, then you don't actually know if the AI has generated that in the first place. You might have to get them to handwrite it, but then in handwrite you'll have to scan it and OCR it and all this kind of stuff. A little bit harder to do. But you've got to be suspicious of maybe work in the future that's handed in that's not in the handwriting of maybe your students. If it's just hand typewritten in, what's the origin of it? Difficult to tell. I'm sure Josh is going to go through all this far closer than I am. Automate classroom tasks, improve student behaviour. Okay, it's obviously read something into this that I've not read about yet. This is produced by the AI. This has looked this up and actually produced this work. So this is still new to us. This stuff came out really kind of the end of November. And this is using information all the way out there. We haven't read all of this, or I haven't read all of this yet. But it is going to change the way you're going to be doing stuff. Personalised professional development. Yes, why not? If you have particular needs for a student, you can have particular needs for yourself. What is it I need to know about what I want to do? Ask. Whereas before, when you would do Google or a Bing search, it comes up with all the results and you have to trawl through all the pages to find the actual answer you want. This will summarise the results for you. Professional papers as well. It can summarise professional papers far better potentially than the abstract could actually do. And they're actually using the AI to write the papers in the first place in some of the places now. So, and if Bing, as they were highlighting in their presentation, starts using this, incorporating this into AI into the Bing search, it'll actually make the Bing search engine potentially better than the Google one. Don't know yet until we've tried it. But you can sign up for it already. So yeah, you're going to be able to do lots of stuff. This is just one of them. This is just one little thing. As I said, I've tried this a few times. You do have to look at it yourself. You do have to go through it. You can't rely on it. You don't know idea what it's going to come up with. You do have to know your subject if you're going to be teaching it properly. But it will probably come up with things you hadn't heard of. And one of the things I used it for at a careers event I went to with Ruth, who's sitting over there, we had a geography teacher who didn't know why she was teaching geography or what jobs her students could get from what she was teaching them. Which another Cornerstone employer and myself were completely bemused about. So actually when this came out, I actually asked them. I actually asked the chat, what is the point? What, as a geography teacher and me teaching rivers, could I use this in a careers? And it gave me 3 careers you could actually use that one specific subject in. So if you're wanting to incorporate your careers into your learning, why should a student learn this? You can tell them. This is why you'll be learning this. What use is a quadratic equation in a future life? I was intrigued by what was an oxbow lake. Who remember oxbow lakes? Yeah, everyone knows an oxbow lake. Yet, have we ever used it in our professional lives? So anyway, this is the potential you could use for it. It doesn't even have a get out clause. This is what you could potentially use it for. So I'm going to hand over to Josh, who's got the proper presentation. And they're the masters of this. They just say, hey, Robert, have you tried this? Robert, have you tried this? And they keep piling new things on me. So it's great to try out. It's great to try out. Yeah. Trying out new things. We just geek out every time we meet. I learn so much. So I'll pass over to them. And hope you enjoy this.